Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to what new Army cadets go through at their first day at West Point. So, West Point, I think from what I know, is where new recruits go to become commissioned officers, I think. So, our equivalent in the UK is Sandhurst. So, they produce like officers for the Army. The training is like, super intense. Like, I think West Point is pretty much the same. So the training is going to be intense, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things they go through that separate them from other kind of boot camps. To become an officer, like the standard is, I think, higher than that of a normal soldier. So they need to be like, everything they learn has to probably be like at the top level. So it's going to be quite interesting. I reckon it's going to be quite intense as well.
Ready?
Off goes the hair. Yep. Off it goes. Wow. Day one at West Point. I guess they cut off the hair to make everybody like uniform, right? Everybody has the same starting point.
On a scorching Monday in July, over 1,200 cadet candidates arrive at the U.S. Military Academy for Reception Day. Also known as R Day, it marks the beginning of their time at West Point.
All day long, the new cadets will do a transformation from their civilian status and at the end of the day take their oath to serve our nation in the Army.
Why did you decide to come to West Point?
Both my brothers went here and it's a great school and I wanted to join the Army afterwards, so there's no better school to do that.
All of my uncles, they served in the Army and they're telling me that all about the school, how great, and all the leaders that came from it, so I just want to follow their footsteps.
Yeah, it must instill a lot of like great principles into the people that go through there, a lot of things that will follow you throughout life, like discipline, hard work, loyalty. Established in 1802, wow. 222 years old.
West Point is located about 50 miles north of New York City. It's in the Hudson Highlands. It's called West Point because it's located on the western point of the Hudson River where it bends. George Washington recognized this as a strategic point of interest because the British had to tack as they came through the Hudson River. It's the longest continuously garrisoned military installation in the United States.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the United States Military Academy at West Point.
After a short orientation, the cadet candidates have 60 seconds to say goodbye to their families.
Wow. Wow. Just good luck. I love you. See you soon. That's really it. What can you say? Yeah, very emotional time.
For the next 6 weeks, contact with family members, if any, is extremely limited.
6 weeks? I thought it was longer than that.
Once they leave Eisenhower Hall, the cadet candidates are now called New Cadets.
New cadets! Move! Let's go! Up to the tape!
You'll move along the wall, am I understood?
Yes, sir. Think you're special. Look straight forward!
In 2018, to be accepted at West Point, you must be a United States citizen, in good physical condition, pass a medical exam to be able to be commissioned in the Army, and have high academic achievement.
Iron soldier!
Tuition at West Point is free, but the cadets commit to years of service after graduation.
After their
So is West Point like a college then as well? So can you get a degree? I see.
at West Point, they've committed to 5 years active duty in the Army with 3 years in the reserve component.
Hurry up, new cadets, get there!
The new cadets are issued physical training, or PT uniforms.
You cadet, you better close this gap!
Along with a bag that holds everything they're allowed to carry for the next 6 weeks. Their next stop? The barber shop.
Off come the locks. mean, they must cut off so much hair. Like, it wouldn't, like, it'd be a good thing if they donated some of that hair to maybe charities, you know, that make wigs and stuff like that, because they must cut off tons of hair on a yearly basis.
Only the male new cadets are required to cut their hair. The female new cadets get to keep their locks.
Hi, how are you? Thinking about West Point? What do you think? Maybe? Brother and sister here? It's pretty exciting.
West Point started admitting women in 1976. Today, more than 20% of the cadets are female.
Over 24% of the class of 2022 are women.
Close that gap, new cadets. Close that gap.
So we've seen a huge surge, not only in the interest in women applicants, but also the retention of women cadets.
The new cadets are assigned to companies, where they learn the basics of taking orders.
You wait for all commands. Do not do things on your own initiative.
And marching in formation.
We have upperclassmen from the junior and senior classes that are here leading the new cadets.
Let's go! Do you want your boots or not? They better be in the bag.
So this is a leadership laboratory, not only for
The constant yelling as well. Like, I guess it kind of instills in the new cadets that, you know, you're not the boss here. Like, we're the boss. You're going to listen to us. You're going to follow instructions, which is good, I guess, you know, chain of command.
cadets, but also for our upper class as they work on their leadership skills.
Everything the new cadets learn on our day culminates in the oath ceremony. Family members gather for one last look at the class of 2022 before basic training begins.
New cadets, raise your right hand and repeat after me.
One of the most common traits that I see of West Point applicants is they want to be part of a team that's bigger than themselves.
Those who complete the rigorous 6 weeks of basic training will be formally accepted into the Corps of Cadets.
I see, wow. So you have to pass this to get in. Awesome. That was awesome. I want more.
It's gonna be a long 6 weeks. I can tell you that. It's gonna be. I'll get through it. Take it day by day, but I know
take it
it's
day
gonna
by
be long,
day,
hard,
man.
but I'm prepared for it.
One day at a
It's
time.
gonna suck, but in the end, it's all worth it.
Absolutely.
All of us know what to expect, really. We just go in there, you know, get yelled at a little bit, get on the bus, get yelled at some more.
I think it's going to be fun. You know, everybody always talks about it's going to be a miserable time, but I think if you embrace the suck, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That looked awesome. It did. It looked, how can I describe it? Just seeing the emotion of the parents and the loved ones when they said goodbye, to the shaving of their hair. You know that this 6 weeks is going to be probably the most significant time period of these young people's lives up to this point. You know, they're away from their family. They're going to be yelled at constantly. They're going to have to absorb a ton of information. You know, they're going to be physically tested constantly. They're probably going to have sleeping hours, you know, very, very structured, like probably lights out at 10, up at 6 type of thing, maybe even earlier. That 6 weeks is going to change them in a lot of ways. I really want to see more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.